just applied for music. But I hadn't been playing for very long, so I was like, I don't think I'll get in. But then I got accepted, and so now I'm doing music. There was quite a lot of brokenness in relationships in my family. There's just like a lot of hurt, and if I give my life to you, would you please come and intervene? Like every part of how he made me was for a specific reason. My personality, like the way I look, the way I do things, he chose to make me like that. It wasn't like an accident, like, oh, just, you remember that so much better than like a prayer that you pray. You remember a song so much better.
Hello, Crystal. Can you give a brief introduction of yourself? So your name, age, and what you do?
Okay, so my name is Crystal. I am 24 years old, and I am studying music. I'm in 4th year right now. Yeah.
Okay. What are you studying?
I'm studying music.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
For what type of music?
It's Western classical music. So yeah, I play the violin. I'm in the orchestra.
Okay. How did you know that you wanted to study music?
I didn't actually plan on studying music. I wanted to do some sort of therapy, but I didn't get accepted, which was quite sad. But I just applied for music just because I was like, I'd enjoy it. And my goal is actually to do music therapy, my master's in music therapy. Mm-hmm. And so you can either do a therapy first and then music therapy, or a music degree and then music therapy. So I was like, I'll just apply for music. But I hadn't been playing for very long, so I was like, I don't think I'll get in. But then I got accepted, and so now I'm doing music, and it's been very good.
Okay, what is your testimony? How did you make that decision to follow Jesus?
So I grew up in a Christian home, which I'm very thankful for. It's been amazing. But even Christian families have their struggles, and there was quite a lot of brokenness in relationships in my family. There's just like a lot of hurt, and so I think my way of dealing with that from very young was to kind of just hide myself and to be like the good child, like not add any tension to the situation, and just like try to keep the peace almost. So I think because of that, I struggled a lot with my identity and like who I was. I was always trying to be someone that I wasn't, and trying to just please everyone to be accepted and just to be seen. I think I felt very unseen by people around me, and I think that was just because I was very reserved and very shy, and like just not trying to add any tension. So that was like when I was younger, and then we moved to Ethiopia, and we lived in a very rural area. And then when I was 14, just some more of a story. We were homeschooled our whole life. I have 3 sisters, so we always lived in rural places, so we were always homeschooled. But when I was 14, we went to school for the first time, and we moved like within Ethiopia. So there was like a lot of change in that year, and also 14 is just a bit of a rough age in general. And that year was really, really hard for me. I kind of, I felt very rejected by everyone around me, I don't think they actually even knew how I was feeling, but I just felt very rejected. And so I kind of just like pushed everyone away. I'm like, no, rather not get close to people. So be able to get hurt by them. So, and in that year, I also kind of pushed God away. I don't think I ever stopped believing in God. I think I've always believed that God was there, but it was always like my parents' relationship with Him. It was never my own faith. And in that year, I kind of just pushed Him away because I was like, I don't want to be rejected by Him as well. I was quite depressed in that year, and I also had a lot of anxiety. So then we moved back to South Africa, and that's when I actually gave my life to God. I just felt so out of control. I think I was always trying to bring peace and stop tension in relationships and stuff, and it was just not in my control. I just felt so hopeless, and I had a lot of self-doubt and self-hate as well, just negative thought patterns about who I was. I wasn't enough to keep people close to me, and even I felt God's no matter what I did, I couldn't, I had to try and fight for people to stay close to me because they didn't actually want to love me, even though that was just lies from the enemy. It's not true, but that's what I was dealing with. And so I just cried out to God because I was thankfully I grew up in a Christian home, so I knew I could turn to Him, but I was I'm so hopeless. There's nothing I can do in these situations. There was so much brokenness in my family, and I was I can't actually do anything. And so I cried out to God, and I was if I give my life to you, would you please come and intervene? And which I don't think is the best way to give your life to God. It was a transaction almost. It was I'll do this for you, you do this for me kind of thing. But He was so faithful even in that, and He heard that prayer of 15, I was almost 16, 15-year-old me, just being so broken, and please can you come and do something, because there's nothing I can do. I'm so hopeless. And He really pulled through. Honestly, if you look at my family now and just even in relationships, there's still problems obviously, but just He's done so much, and I can see how far just my family has come, which is so amazing. But I think the way I gave my life to God kind of set a pattern for my faith. It was always a transaction for me. It was always okay, if I do this for you, you can do this for me kind of thing. It wasn't really a relationship. It was just me striving, and again, it was me striving to keep Him close to me. It was me doing everything in my power, and it was I was fighting for something I already had. He freely gives His love, but I was fighting to keep Him close. I was okay, what can I do? What else can I do? I have to be the perfect Christian, check all these boxes, and it was just never, I think I just never fully understood how much He loved me. I knew it, I read the Bible, I knew what the Bible said, I knew what people told me, but I just didn't sink in. And to be honest, only this year, I feel I fully understand that, and I don't think I'll ever fully understand it, but I realize how deeply He actually loves me. And I do think I was saved from 15. I've seen His hand in my life from then. And there were moments where I did feel He was close to me, and it was more of a relationship, and I felt Him and saw Him working in my life, and I was oh, wow, He really does love me. But then it was kind of high points in my life, and then would drop again, and I still struggled with so much anxiety. Not as much depression. I think He kind of helped me, brought me out of that when I first gave my life to Him, which is very cool. But I still had so much anxiety and so much self-hate, and I just didn't want to be me. I was always trying to be something I wasn't, And it was like that striving to try and be something that, like he would see as valuable and other people would see as valuable. But it was just me striving. And so this year, I think, when it really, there's been such a shift in just like my relationship with God, which is so cool. In July, I went on this 10-day school. I don't know if you guys know IWAM, but it's Youth with a Mission. And they're a missions organization, and they like teach people, they disciple people, and then like send them into the nations. But this school that they're running is for university students, which is very cool. And I was like, I don't know if I'll be able to go, but like, it's honestly God, because like it just happened, and I was like, okay, I'm going. Didn't know anyone. I was like, I don't know. I was in Port, this very random place in South Africa. And so I went to this school, and basically what they were teaching is like how we can live missionally in every sphere of society. So it's like we need to reach university students because they're going out into like all the workspaces, and how can we build God's kingdom, like in music, in film, in like as in business, like in every part of society, like God is moving. And so it was like that was like the goal of it. But the way they structured it was very cool, because we first looked at God's character, and like then how can we bring God's character into the spheres of society. But like just looking at God's character was so incredible for me, and I was just like blown away. And God like really made me, and he just like showed me his love, and like I finally like actually understood it as unconditional. I was like, wow, he genuinely loved me. Like the thing that they like spoke about was like God's grace, and how the word grace is actually what it is it's a gift. It's a gift given when somebody finds joy or pleasure in something. And like they were talking about how he finds pleasure and joy just in our being, like just in our existence. It's not about our actions. Like our actions aren't good. There's nothing we can do. But he finds so much pleasure just in our being, in our existence, that he created us. Like, and he really wants a relationship with us. He did absolutely everything he could to restore us to the place of like being in the Garden of Eden, where he can like just be with us. And like that is so like insane. And my mom was just so blown. Like, I don't know, maybe it was just like a different setting, different people telling me stuff that I had like known about, but like he just really made me, and I was like, wow, he actually genuinely loves me the way he created me. Like every part of how he made me was for a specific reason. My personality, like the way I look, the way I do things, he chose to make me like that. It wasn't like an accident, like, like he was like, no, exist. Like he looked at all the people on earth and he was like, I think we need one more, like we need Crystal. And I was like, what, that's insane. Like he chose everything about me. And like how it's actually kind of disrespectful for me to not like how he made me and like who I am. And I think it just blew me away. And I genuinely think he's like completely freed me from anxiety, because if you had told me that I would be doing an interview right now, like 5 months ago, I would be like, not a chance. I played in worship for the first time like about 4 weeks ago. Like I haven't played in worship in like probably 5 years, just because like no confidence. And it's like not in me, in myself, in my abilities. Like I do not trust myself at all. But like he did so much in my life, and I'm so grateful. Yeah.
So beautiful. Oh my gosh. Okay. And how would you like to use music for your schooling? I mean, I can see that you can play the violin. It's amazing.
Yes.
Is it your favorite instrument?
It is my favorite instrument.
Okay.
Yeah. I love a lot of instruments, but I do think violin's my favorite. So, like I mentioned earlier, I want to do music therapy. So I do think there is a place for performance, and I think that's really beautiful, but it's not for me. Yeah, so I would like to use it as a therapy, probably working with children. I really love children.
Aww.
So I don't know exactly what it would look like yet, but maybe like working with children in trauma, because I think there's quite a big space for that, especially in South Africa. There's a very cool music therapy organization in Lavender Hill where they like teach children how to like play an instrument, but at the same time they like incorporate music therapy into into the lessons, which is very cool because obviously children there experience trauma on a daily basis, which is really sad. But yeah, there's so much hope. God has so much use for music, and I think another thing I learned like on that school is like how God really, he's so creative. Like he's the best businessman. He's the best musician. He's the best. Like at literally every sphere of society, he's the best at it. So we can go to him and actually ask him, like, how would you like to use this? And like, how can we build your kingdom in the place you put us? Like, what can we do to partner with you and say yes to you? Because he does have solutions. And I think we forget, like, he does have a solution for poverty and like orphans and crime. He actually has solutions, and we as Christians need to partner with him. And music's not like apart from that, he is a musician. Like he's so creative, and so how can we use that to further his kingdom and to bring healing in people's lives, I guess.
So I know that you study in the city.
Yes.
It's amazing. What are some challenges that you have found or encountered while studying at university regarding your faith or personal life?
I think probably the one thing for me is like I said, I struggled a lot with self-confidence. And so just being confident in like the fact that he's placed me in this. And like I struggle a lot with like comparison. And so like, yes, I don't want to go into performance, but there are a lot of performance majors. And so they are like insanely good, which is so cool to see. But like compared to me, I'm like, I feel like what am I doing here? Like, why am I here? But like, he clearly placed me here. There's like, it was definitely God that I even got accepted into music. Because like, I only started when we moved back to South Africa from Ethiopia, so I was like 15, almost 16. Most of them started when they were like 4. So it's like the difference is quite like noticeable, and so I think that was quite challenging for me to like stick it out and be like, God has really placed me here, so how can I actually try hard to do it for him and not give up, I guess. I think that would probably be the biggest challenge for me. With regards to Christian friends, I think I made a lot of friends outside of university. Like, I do have some friends that I'm studying with who are Christian. Not all of them are, but I found a lot of community outside, like in church and stuff, which is very cool. So I didn't really struggle with that. But,
Have you met other Christian musicians as well?
Some. Actually, recently, I figured out like the one girl that I've been studying with. I was like, "What? You're a Christian? That's insane! I didn't even know." But like we're in different streams. She's in opera, and I'm like, yeah, she is incredible. But it's like, wow, this whole time. But yeah, there are a couple.
Wow.
Very cool.
What would be something a way that you love God to use you with the music, other than music?
Just like in music.
Mm-hmm.
I think maybe just like in worship as well. I haven't played much in worship, but I really think like he can use that as well. And it's very cool to be able to use like what he's given me to worship him. And I do think that you can worship him in other ways, not just like actually playing in worship. Like, yeah, you can worship it through your work, but to be able to actually worship since I am a musician, it's very cool. Yeah.
Do you have a worship team or worship singer or a musician that inspires you a lot?
I really love circuit riders. I don't know if you know circuit riders. So they're actually part of YWAM that I was to school with. They're in America, and they do like worship sets every week, and they post them online, and they're so good. I think I just love the way they lead worship. It's like very much led by the Spirit. So they'll have like a set list, but they don't always stick to it. And they will just like, yeah, I think it's just so beautiful the way they do it. But also, even while I was in Porch, they have like a prayer room there. And every single morning they do worship and intercession from like 8 to 9:30.
Wow.
And I think that is so incredible, like starting your day with worship and intercession. And I think the way they link worship and intercession is so cool because we like giving God glory, and we're like saying into like the different prayers. So like we'll be praying for I don't know, maybe freedom, and we would like sing a little chorus about it. Like the musicians would make it up on the spot. Like they would just like come up with a chorus based on like what we're praying, and we just sing it to like state what we're praying, and like to help us like truly like believe it, I guess. And it's so cool that you can use worship like that, and like you remember that so much better than like a prayer that you prayed. You remember a song so much better. So it's just very cool because then you have that to take into the day. That was really inspiring. It's like, yo, I'd love to stop every single day with like worship and prayer. It's so cool. Like you can do that on your own, but like to do that as a whole community every single one, it's insane. So that was very inspiring.
Can you sing?
I technically yes. I've never like led like worship and singing or anything. Yeah.
Wow. So you have sang before?
Not like a leading worship or anything.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Would you ever want to sing?
Maybe one day. I don't know. Let's see.
Okay, what's your favorite worship song and why?
That's a favorite worship song. Oh, I really like Who Else Is Worthy by Gateway Worship. So beautiful. It's just, it's just singing about how worthy God is, and like there's literally no one else worthy to open the scrolls to, like, it's just so worthy. It's beautiful.
Is there a scripture that you like clinging to?
one that's like, it's something I held on to for a very long time. It's very like generic, but Psalm 139, just like, you search me and you know me, you know exactly how you formed me. And also the part where it's like, where can I go from your spirit? Like, I go to the far side of the sea, to the depths of the earth. Like, he's always with you. I think that sounds like that's me. Since like I first gave my life to him. Yeah. It's so beautiful.
If you could give any word of encouragement to someone else who might be struggling with self-confidence and self-doubt, what would it be?
I think it would be that like God finds pleasure and joy in your very existence, in the fact that He created you. And that's enough. That was enough for Him to give His only Son to die for you. Like, He didn't, and also the fact that, like, He loves you right now, like, as you are right now, before you do anything for Him, before, like, not looking at anything you have done, like, right in this moment, He loves you exactly as you are, and that is enough. And He says, like, He wants you now, not, like, once you've done anything, like, right now He wants you, and He loves you. So I was like, oh, I'll just apply for music. But I hadn't been playing for very long, so I was like, oh, I don't think I'll get in. But then I got accepted, and so now I'm doing music. There was quite a lot of brokenness in relationships in my family. There's just like a lot of hurt, and if I give my life to you, would you please come and intervene? Like, every part of how He made me was for a specific reason. My personality, like the way I look, the way I do things, He chose to make me like that. It wasn't like an accident, like, oh, just, you remember that so much better than like a prayer that you prayed. You remember a song so much better.